I am your man, Jay Muscle, here for another session of Speak Yo Game. And as you see, I am here in my Buccaneers gear, repping my man, Baker Mayfield, after showing out this week. Yes, he was. Yeah. I don't want to hear it. They're just playing the Los Angeles Chargers, but Los Angeles Chargers are nothing to play with. On a bad day, good day, hey, on a good day, they might beat your head in, but they came in on a bad day and we got the W. I'm going to talk about a little bit of the NBA and a couple other things that's going on in the NFL. And of course, it's another session with Muscles Monsters. And I like to give a special shout out to my Apex Total Sports family. Holla at you. Yeah, we got a whole bunch of haters. Haters trying to sabotage, do a whole bunch of other type of foolishness trying to hold us down. But we stay strong. Total Apex, you can find J Muscle and a whole bunch of other stuff at Total Apex. Come check us out because haters recognize real. That's why there's so many haters. Go on, hate. You know who I'm talking about. And if you got a problem about what I'm saying, hey, I'm not hard to find. Come find me, J Muscle. YouTube, TikTok, Facebook. We could debate it, we could argue it, we could talk it, but at the end of it, I will be the king of the debater of it. Holla at me. But we're going to slide into this NFL season that is coming close to the end, and we're fastly approaching the NFL playoff. Now, yes, we have teams that look like they're definite to get into the playoffs. Yes, we have teams that look like they are Super Bowl bound. Yes, we have teams that are a little banged up. But what team isn't banged up coming into the NFL season late in the season? Hey, whichever team can bear down and hold it down is going to win it. Going to win it at the end. Whether it's the Kansas City Chiefs, the Detroit Lions, the Minnesota Vikings, hey, it could happen to be them. It could even be my team, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, busting somebody's head in the Super Bowl. Hey, anybody can win any given Sunday. Y'all know how the slogan goes. But there's one thing I do want to talk about. The Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes. Now, we all seen how he's kind of a little hurt right now. Ankle issue, but I do believe, isn't it the same ankle that he had problems with a couple weeks ago? And isn't this always the same storyline that goes with the Kansas City Chiefs? We all know Patrick Magic Mahomes. No disrespect to the Showtime Magic Johnson Lakers. You know how it is. But Patrick Mahomes creates his own magic on the field. That's no doubt. But you really think how this man plays, he's going to miss this next game? Yes, he's full participant in practice. Everybody sees that. And I hear a lot of experts saying, oh, he should rest. Oh, they should do that. Let's not forget the Kansas City Chiefs are not at their top level. They haven't been wow and exciting like they normally are. They have barely been winning games and they barely been getting by, but hey, they're holding it down and they are the top of the AFC conference. You can't knock them. But also one thing with Patrick Mahomes is he is the fastest player to reach 300 touchdowns. Let me repeat that. Patrick Mahomes is the fastest player in NFL history to reach 300 touchdowns. Yes. And just to put this in a little bit of perspective for you, he broke this record 8 games fewer than Aaron Rodgers. And that's something I want to talk about here a little bit later. Because it's a good. But the Kansas City Chiefs do play the Houston Texans at home this coming Sunday. So they do have a somewhat good game coming up with the Houston Texans. I mean, C.J. Stroud, Joe Mixon, Tank Dell, Nico. That offense is high power. The defense is good. Chiefs come up slipping, they might get a L on that. I mean, but is it really going to hurt them? Would it really hurt the Kansas City Chiefs to lose this game to the Houston Texans? Kansas City Chiefs fans, I want to hear your thoughts on that. Would losing to the Houston Texans really mean anything at this point for the Kansas City Chiefs? I just want to know. I just want to hear y'all's thoughts. Y'all can hit me up on here on YouTube, Twitter, TikTok. Did I say Twitter? X. I mean, my bad. Facebook. I want to hear the Kansas City Chiefs fans' thoughts on that because it makes me wonder. Now, there's one little situation that's going on right now. Like I want to comment on, and if anyone hasn't really seen it, Aaron Rodgers, quarterback for the New York Jets, and ESPN analyst, host of the Pivot, cool guy. Hey, I like the guy, Ryan Clark. They're going back and forth in a little rivalry, and first I want to say is I've never played in NFL football. I've never played NFL football professionally. Never. Always been a fan of it. I've watched it for many years, and due to, I guess, the analyzation of the game and watching the greats and listening to NFL experts, I have an analysis of the game plus some back education, but that's a whole another different story. The thing is, Aaron Rodgers wants to be kind of upset because there's certain individuals analyzing his gameplay that do get paid for it, and he's calling it a little hypocritical. At the same time, saying this while on the Pat McAfee show. Ryan Clark is cool enough to point this out to him. I suggest everybody go to YouTube or X and see the clips for yourself and see, you piece together who Aaron Rodgers is talking about for yourself. Don't take my word for it. Don't take everybody else for it. You piece together what Aaron says, and then you look at what Ryan Clark says, and you come up with yourself. Just like I came up with my own conclusion. And my own conclusion is Ryan Clark's right. And I mean, and from a football unpaid analyst spot, Mr. Aaron Rodgers, you gotta take the good and the bad of your position. You haven't been playing that great. You haven't been doing that good. All the hype that's been circling around the New York Jets and you and your play hasn't panned out. So the fact that some NFL analysts are pointing that out and you don't like it, and you go to Pat McAfee's show and make a secret code message about it instead of just coming out and saying it, I mean, I like Aaron Rodgers. He is a future Hall of Famer. He's a good quarterback. I don't know him personally, but in my opinion, now it's kind of weak. It's kind of weak. I mean, take the good and the bad. It's a double-edged sword. You know what was said. You know what you were saying. You know what everybody else was saying. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, to be put it in perspective, it's like cheating on your woman and she finding out that you cheated. I mean, let's be real with it. I mean, if anybody has, any comments about this subject, hey, feel free to leave a comment, because I would really want to see what everybody else's thoughts on this. Like I said, I want everybody to watch the clips for themselves, because this ain't just something that really just jumped off in the past couple days. It's led. There's been a couple. Well, I'd almost say Aaron Rodgers kind of started with the first message he put on Pat McAfee, and then Ryan Clark responded, and now here we are where it goes. So it just hadn't just started the past couple days. It's been, I won't call it almost an all week type of thing, but yeah, it's like I said, you have to take a double-edged sword with it. But my name's Jay Muscle. This is Speak Your Game. If you like the show, if you dislike the show, leave a comment. If you like the show, leave a thumbs up, subscribe. Hey, I'm here every week, and I have another announcement to make. Starting next week, we're going to be coming 4 times a week. Plenty of guests I got lined up. We're going to get it. Come on here. I'm going to ask my guests some questions. If their questions ain't up to par, I am going to bait them and probably pin them into a corner to make them realize what they said might not be up to par. So, my guests, be prepared. And don't think you're going to jam me up, because, hey, I'm the ringleader. You're going to jam the ringleader up. Anyway, moving on, we are going to talk about my Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Yes, I don't want to hear nothing about, they got the easiest schedule, one of the easiest schedules in NFL. So, but what they are about to do as soon as they win the rest of these games is win another divisional title. And considering how the NFC, some teams are a little beat up, some teams ain't up to par. Hey, NFC might be up for grabs, and my boys, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, might slide in for another Super Bowl try. And hey, don't get me wrong, hey, we might end up with another Super Bowl trophy in the case. You never know, unless you got a time machine to go into the future and find out the answer and then come back and let me know. That is the only way you are going to know. But the Tampa Bay Buccaneers got another win against the Los Angeles Chargers. Bucky Irving, you've heard me talk about this young running back all season. Even before the season started, I was talking about Bucky Irving. Bucky Irving has been balling out all season. And in my professional opinion, not just as a Bucks fan, but if I was that coach like Todd Bowles on the sideline, I would need Bucky Irving to be in my lineup and be top notch. This past game, Bucky Irving didn't get no touchdowns, but he had 15 carries for 117 yards. My man was out there, job, burn him. Job, burn him. Hey, that man is killing him, man, for real. Mike Evans, he showed up and showed out 9 catches for 159 yards, and he didn't get just one, but he got 2 touchdowns in the day, and he's still thriving for another 1,000-yard season, which would be his 11th straight season of 1,000+ yards. And I mean, the Tampa Bay fan in me wants to see Mike Evans possibly break Jerry Rice's record, but reality might set in and don't think it's possible. Hey, maybe it happened, maybe it won't, but hopefully he'll get his 1,000 yards this year and continue his 1,000-yard reign. It'll be 11 of them. Jerry Rice has, 14 of them? Hey, might be a little struggle for him, but hey, we never know what'll happen in the NFL world. But Baker Mayfield, shout out to Baker Mayfield. 22 for 27, 288 yards, 4 TDs. Yes, you did mess up and throw a pick, but he did end the week as the NFL's NFC Player of the Week. He balled out. Baker Mayfield holding it down. Hey, I see you. I hope you see me. Shout out to Baker Mayfield. Hey, my man, only thing I say to you is play your game. Don't force nothing. Make them decisions that you know you should be making, and don't try to force nothing, man. Let the game come to you, because when the game comes to you, you are unstoppable. Shout out to Baker Mayfield. Another player that is just, when I say this player put the whole team on his back and is leading them to the promised land, this is exactly what this man has done. This man has done something this season that many, you know what I'm saying, that I don't want to say that they don't, but you don't see it much or hear about it much. But you can see it with this team. With this team, you can see this star player turn these group of guys into stars. What leaders are supposed to do. Star leaders at that. They'll take a group of guys and make them stars. And that is what the Buffalo Bills quarterback, Josh Allen, has done. Not just this past week, but all season this season, because he didn't have no real offensive threats. Be honest. Buffalo Bill fans, let the NFL fans know. Josh Allen did not have any definitive weapons until Amari Cooper got there. Let's be real about it. He turned those group of guys into stars. He put the team on his back and let him through. And this week, he was the AFC Player of the Week. 23 for 34, 364 yards, 2 touchdowns passing, 2 touchdowns rushing. So it gives him 4 touchdown day. Josh Allen. And I've been talking about just Josh Allen all season. And at the beginning of the season, I said he would have to prove his worth. He would have to turn those group of guys into stars. And he's done just that. You can't take nothing away from the play calling and Josh Allen this year. Now, if you feel what I'm talking about is nonsense and crazy, hey, you know what you could do? You can leave a comment and I'll get back to you. I do not shy away from no comments. If you feel you could debate one of these topics, hey, you can leave me a comment and hey, you could be on the guest right here and we can debate it straight up, but it's not gonna go good. Hey, if you like what you hear, go ahead and also leave a comment and leave a thumbs up. This is Speak Your Game. I'm Jay Muscle, and I hold no punches, and nobody is safe here at Speak Your Game. I don't care who you are. Who it is, who you are, don't matter to me. Now, we about point of the show with, we're the point of the show where Yes, every week I have 5 NFL players that showed up and showed out in that week. And we are in week 15 of Muscles Monsters of the NFL. And yes, it's my monsters. You hear how it is. Muscles Monsters of week 15. Now, some things go into it. Did this player, you know what I'm saying, did the team win? Did this player get some touchdowns? How many touches did this player get? How many yards did this player get? How big of an impact was this player for his team for the win? So this week, it was difficult. It was real difficult because a lot of players showed up and showed out and had some numbers. But what it boiled down to in this list was touchdowns. Because that's how you win games, is when you win by scoring. So when y'all see this list, y'all gonna understand, like, oh, yeah, I understand why you didn't have such and such on there. I understand why you didn't have such and such on there, because they didn't have no touchdown. And we're gonna jump right in. We're going to come in at number 5, coming from the Cardinals running back, James Conner. This man at 16 carries, 110 yards, 2 TDs. They got the win for the Cardinals. Hey, Connor's been displaying really, really good skills for the Cardinals. It's going to be rather debatable what's going to go on with the Cardinals and their outcome and their future. They have a really good quarterback in Kyler Murray. They have a really good young quarterback in Marvin Harris Jr. They got Connor doing his thing. Hey, you never know what's going to happen with the Arizona Cardinals. But shout out to Connor coming in at number 5, but coming in at number 4. Hey, I had to put this man in here. He did show out. You can't debate it. It is the one, the only Tampa Bay Buccaneer, Mike Evans, coming in with 9 receptions, 159 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Yes, he did his thing, over 100 yards for the day. He's still pushing for that 1,000-yard plus for 11 times straight. Hey, shout out to Mike Evans coming in at number 4. Mike, keep doing your thing. Keep fighting, my brother. But coming in at number 3. Yeah, they got to win. Yeah, they got to win. And it ain't his fault the situation is what it is. But he did ball out that day. Shout out to Davante Adams, wide receiver for the New York Jets. 9 receptions, 198 yards, and 2 TDs. This man almost had 200 yards for the day. He was balling out, catching, juking, running, touchdown. You know how it is. Hey, shout out to Davante Adams. Hey, sorry where you at, man. But, hey, if you get tired in New York, you can come down to Tampa. We'll get you the ball. We'll make you star down there. Is that right, Baker Mayfield? But coming in at number 2 is that man who put the team on his back. Buffalo Bills QB Josh Allen. And you heard his stats, 23 for 34, 362 yards, 2 TDs in the air, passing, 2 TDs running. Man, he had a 4 touchdown day. Shout out to Josh Allen. Keep doing your thing. Keep leading those Bills into the playoffs. I'm telling you, the AFC is going to be an all-out fist fight in a wooden tavern, like Old Western. It's going to be a real big fight. I really feel the NFL playoffs is going to be laced with some prizes this year. But that's a whole nother story. Coming in at number 1, I mean, this guy's been wowing everybody all season. This shouldn't be a surprise. He's already been on the list numerous times. Already been on the list at number 1. it shouldn't be a surprise that he's on the number one spot again. But Baltimore Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson, 21 for 25 incompletions, 290 yards. And I hear what you're saying. Well, Josh Allen threw 362. Josh Allen had a passing rating of 122. Action Jackson over here, he had 5 touchdowns with a passer rating for 154. That's why he's number one. He had 5 passing touchdowns. Yes, he did fumble the ball once, but 5 passing touchdowns coming from this man. Lamar Jackson. Shout out to Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. They are making their way into the NFL playoffs, looking good. I'm telling you, between the Buffalo Bills, the Baltimore Ravens, the Kansas City Chiefs, I mean, you even got to put possibly put the Houston Texans in there. We are talking about a serious matchups coming in this NFL playoffs. So I can't wait. I can't wait. But these are Muscles Monsters, and if you don't agree with Muscles Monsters, you go ahead and leave a comment. If you like Muscles Monsters, hey, go ahead and also leave a comment. Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe here to Speak Your Game. Also subscribe on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, anywhere you see this man or my logo. Hey, hit that like button and check us out because, hey, I'm always talking about the sports. But dip it into the little bit of the NBA before I get out of here. Just recently, the Milwaukee Bucks won the NBA Cup against the Oklahoma Thunder. I do believe the score is like 91-87. Greek Freak had like Giannis on 2-0 at 26. Triple-double day. 26 points, like 19 rebounds, 10 assists. I mean, he balled out. Him and Damian Lillard worked together. Lillard had 23 points. It brings some excitement to early in the NBA season for this NBA Cup. But I really want to know, NBA fans, does this NBA Cup really matter? Because my Los Angeles Lakers won the NBA Cup last year. And, I mean, they got trounced in the playoffs. Does the NBA Cup really matter? I want to know what NBA fans think. I feel the NBA Cup it's too early to tell if it really matters yet. It's just now really starting. We have seen some spectacular games throughout its recent time in the NBA. So technically, I feel we should give it a little bit more time before we really pass a good, I don't want to say judgment on it, but before we criticize it completely. It does give a little bit more excitement early in the NBA season because before the NBA Cup, it just really seemed, I don't want to say routine, but it really doesn't seem like teams were pushing to make an impact for the team. It seemed like they kind of was just holding off to the beginning of the year or till after the All-Star break to really start making that push. So it's a good and a bad thing. But shout out to the Milwaukee Bucks for winning the NBA Cup. Assistant coach Darvin Ham, it's his second. Just like I said, the Los Angeles Lakers won. So that makes it second. He was the head coach there at that particular time. But yeah, it's NBA is really starting to be something right now. I'm a real, of course I'm a fan of the Los Angeles Lakers, and you saw my last session of how I feel about what's going on with the Lakers. But Also, at the same time, I am a fan of basketball in general. And there's a lot of good basketball getting ready to come up. So we're going to see what happens with this league. But I'm Jay Muscle. This is Speak Your Game. If you like the show, the session, like I said, leave a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe. I'm going to bring the show to a close. I'm going to catch y'all next time, and y'all be easy.